Well, this is a bit of an interesting call out. I'm stuck. I didn't see it. Well, this is a bit of an interesting call out. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. That's not the interesting bit. The fact I'm stuck. Swap feet. Right. This vessel has fallen down in the night off this unvented cylinder. There's the bracket. Looks like there's the Jubilee clip. It's snapped. No doubt this is going to be full, hence why I've brought this up. Shut the water off already and opened hot tap. Let's try and find the Schrader valve, which will be on the bottom, I bet. Not looking forward to this at all. I've managed to find somewhere to perch on and lifted this up. It weighs an absolute ton. Oh, God. Take this cap off and see if it'll recharge up. Inflator connected. I'm not holding my breath with this one. Put bar in start. It's making some funny noises. I'm guessing that's the diaphragm inside. Trying to release this water downstairs. Still nowhere near yet though. This has got to be charged to 3 bar. It's going up and it's a hell of a lot lighter, as you can hear. It's definitely seems to be working anyway. That's just cream crackered that battery, but it's full, it's nice and light. I don't think I've got a bracket, one of these Jubilee clips in the van or a new bracket. So I'm gonna have to price a new one up or see if I can repair this somehow. So the customer's gonna do that. Drilled 2 little holes in it, put a couple of fasteners in, job done. Meanwhile, I've just been changing this basin waste. First time I'm using this mcalpine spring-loaded centre pin, and it's suitable for basins with or without an overflow. Just have to read the instructions for fitting it because you don't need certain parts of it if it's not got an overflow. But you can change the whole lot in one. It's plastic. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's quite nice. However, the one thing I did notice with this is it doesn't finish standard length, so I've had to swap the trap from a non-adjustable to an adjustable. I've got to put this semi-ped back on these springs. Again, I've not seen these before, but using that plastic nut, you actually can release the tension and it makes it dead easy to come off. Can't comment on how easy it is to go back on because, as you can see, I've not done that bit yet, which is what I'm going to do now, so I'll let you know in about 3 minutes. So now I've hooked it on through the 2 holes in the pedestal. You just literally tighten these up and it should pull it up. That's it, back on. Quite liked that. In fact, I like that a lot. It's easier than even doing the scroll one through the side that you've seen me do in the past. Right, let's go and see if he's done this bracket now. So we're back. The customer has put a little nut and bolt through it and he's happy with that. I've said, well, I can't guarantee that's not going to fall back off, but or snap, but I don't see why it should. And he's happy with that. So I'm going to fasten that through there. Should be able to get this vessel back up. Well, getting that back up there was hard work on my own. But it's on and it's up and trying to get you a good angle, but I can't because, as you can see where I am, stuck. Customer's just gone turning the water back on now, which you can hear whilst I'm up here. And with a bit of luck, that should be us sorted. Not liking this. Not liking that at all. To me, I'd advise replacing this, new bracket, and a full service on the cylinder, because I bet it's not been done in ages. Let's get on to the next one, hopefully where there's a bit more access. Ooh. She likes ghost stories. I don't know any, so you're in luck. So who remembers this one from, oh my god, it must be almost 12 months ago. We came out, the radiator was leaking, the desginer one, which was here before, hence the screw holes. It was leaking from what I remember, and we took it off and capped it. Basically, they were struggling to find the sort of right size radiator to suit the pipework, because obviously if we've got a door which opens to there, and the kitchen unit is right on that pipe. So they finally found one, apparently, although I don't know how hard this would have been to find. Anyway, they found one, Victoria Plumbing. So yeah, we've got to refit it. They bought some new valves, no TRV again. Don't know why people insist on just getting lock shields. Yeah, we're going to basically refit this now. Nice, easy job. However, they've had it painted and stuff, and they've not filled the holes in. I don't know why, because there's no way these brackets are going to line up with that. But that is a quiz question. Let me know in the comments right now whether you think them holes are going to suit these brackets. I can't even remember what the old one looked like. Not a Scooby-Doo. We're on a combi boiler. It is upstairs, a Worcester CDI, so I'm going to shut off now the flow and return valves to try and hold back some pressure. And then I'm going to release the pressure off this and shove my hosepipe over the end straight into the bucket. That is the first plan. And I'm going to take off the two old cap ends and nuts and olives, and I'm going to put on the new valves. This is my way of thinking. And then I can measure then wherever the valves finish off the radiator, and then we get our height to put it on. So I'm doing things the kind of opposite way around to how I normally would, but just go with me. I didn't see it. Right. Let's try and catch that now, because I don't want to snatch it. It's not the type of house you would snatch on. It's when it's like this, you just think, oh, should I just go for it? But I don't want black shit all over the freshly painted wall. So I just have to be patient. Right, we're just going to go for it because I've got fed up. There's still a bit of pressure behind. Oh no. I don't know, you know. I'm being a wimp, aren't I? Ah! I balled it. Ready? Oh my god. No. Ah, what a wimp. I think the camera was putting me off. We did it. With bare minimum water. Thankfully it's nice and clean as well. Right, let's let that empty out. It's bloody stopped now, hasn't it? Of course it's stopped. As soon as you get, buddy, any sort of like hose pipe or bucket under anything, it normally will stop. So let's see if we can take off this old olive by just literally squeezing it and turning, squeezing, turning, squeezing, turning. Yes, it's the old one off. Just inspect the condition of the pipe. We don't want it to have any ripples in it, or where the old olive's been compressed on too much, which that one hadn't, hence why it came off so easy. New nut and olive comb, whatever you want to call it, on. And a little bit of jointing compound. With them having flat flanges, it should make it, you've got a little bit of leeway. Had they been the tails which have a nut and olive on themselves, they can tie up in knots a little bit. But we'll just spin that on, make sure it's turned off, and then we'll go and do the other side. I'm doing all this now, I'm not even accounted for if the actual radiator pipe centres are going to be correct and the correct distance off the wall. But there is a little bit of movement. Oh, let's all pray together. That's tight. That's those two on now. Now I need to work out where the brackets are going to go. So it says obviously outlet and inlet on this, so I always check see if there's a baffle in it. I don't know if you can see that, but yes there is. There's a stop about here, it's probably to force it up that way and then back down. Obviously I don't know which is inlet and outlet on that. I could put a piece of pipe in between the two, fill the heating up and turn it on and see, but with it being a double, worst case scenario is I'll fill it up. It's 50-50 chance in it. I'll fill it up, turn it on, if it doesn't work, empty it and I can switch it around. You can't do that with the singles, but you can with the doubles. So this radiator looks a little bit smaller than the last one by quite a distance actually. I mean, that won't really move, and there's not a chance that's going to fill that void. So really it wants a small extension in it, probably about 20mm-ish, but obviously I haven't got one of them in black. So pass. I don't even know if I've got a 20mm extension even, but I'm going to go and have a look. It'll be chrome. They'll have to paint it. I don't even know if you can get black ones, and I've already asked him, he doesn't want the pipework altering, so we're going to have to try and do what we've got to do with what we've got. Far from ideal. Right, so I'm going to make the executive decision of fitting the radiator to line up with that left hand valve, and with this one I'm going to cut off, clean it up, coupling, and then street or dog leg it in with two street an elbow and a street or whatever it needs to. One, to pull it away from this cupboard, and two, Dan hasn't got any 20mm extensions and I ain't going out for some. I did have one, and the ironic thing is I actually used it on next door, which is their mum and dad, about 2 weeks ago. Plus it would have looked crap in chrome, wouldn't it? So yeah, let's mark the brackets up off that radiator valve. I'm going to get the tails made in now with obviously rapid blue. You've seen me do that a million times, so I'm not going to show you that again. And the brackets, you've just got to be mindful that sometimes they are handed like this to try and hide the screws. So obviously they're the left hand ones and they're the right hand ones. Tails are made in now, like I said, to suit this side. So you get yourself a pencil and we're going to mark. That's going to be where the bracket sticks out on that one, and that's going to be where the bracket sticks out on that one. So it'll be like this. So that's our distance there. Now I'm going to put this radiator back down now and work out what height we want it. So I've put the bracket on now, hold it in the position it's going to finish, and from bottom of the bracket to centre of the tapping of the radiator is 60mm. So I'm measuring to there. So 60mm down is where that bracket needs to go. From the centre of that, 60mm is where the bottom of the bracket is. This is where I use the laser level. So I wind that down till it's in the centre. A little bit lower. So that's centre of the bracket of the radiator valve on the wall. So measuring 60mm down from that to there, that is the bottom of our bracket, which is roughly spot on line with top of the level. So that's our bottom bracket line, and obviously we've got our uprights. Let's get the bottom ones on first, like this. Brackets on, that one's twisting a little bit. I've tightened it up, can you see it's a little bit swinging that way. Drop the radiator on, make sure it's the right height for that valve, and if it is, literally just, I'm not going to be able to do this one-handed, but literally just hold the brackets up at the top and then pencil mark up, and then I know where I am. Then I can remove it and hang the top brackets. So that is the radiator dropped onto the brackets, and I've just tightened up that side there, so we did get the measurements right. That makes a change for me actually. And you can see what we've got to do now with this lot. It would look terrible with the bloody extension. And anyway, it's going to be hard work working here, but let's see what I can do. Don't have to solder it or press, depends on the water situation. And I don't want to burn this unit at all, obviously. So, it is going to be elbow and elbow in. That's how it's going to look. Let's cut the pipe off and see what's what. We're going to risk soldering, and what we're going to do is, this pipe needs cutting down yet, but basically long tail street, that's a short tail for comparison. Clear the water out of here, long tail street on there, and elbow in. I think that'll look best. I'm going to heat mat this and the back wall, and try our hardest on the lowest flame possible to solder that without causing any damage. And I'll do this one after. Water. Tiniest little scorch mark on the wall, but there's nothing I can do about that. That'll just have to be repainted. 3 burn mats out on that. Right, let's let that cool down, and I'll blow the water back again. And we'll solder up the front elbow. Right, that's that done. Again, let it cool down, polish it up, tighten it up, shut the valves off, and we can now actually put the plug and vent in. Even though this might be the wrong way round yet, because we don't know which is inlet and outlet. Tighten them in. You're going to have to nip them up, they're on a big O-ring. Right, done, cleaned up, valves are off, air vent and plug are in. Still need to fill, I don't know if you can see it from there, the 2 holes at the top up there, because you can see them ones. And we're going to fill the system now. So we're going to open up them 2 valves upstairs underneath the boiler, flow and return, and put pressure back in the system. Come and check out the work we've done. Then open these valves, fill the radiator, repressurise, and turn it on, and hope we've got them the right way around. That's the boiler back up to pressure. And the air vent's open. Good start. System repressured up. Heating's on. I can hear movement. It's looking like we've gone the right way around. Thank the Christ. The weather outside though, it's tipping it down with hailstone. It's making me think I've got a leak. But yeah, well, it's gone cold now, but scent that was the flow. Thank God, because I really couldn't be bothered swapping it round today. But we'll just give it 10 minutes and see what's going on. Apparently there's a couple of radiators here not working properly, so we'll have a look at them whilst we wait for that, after Dan has tidied up. Although I've kept it quite tidy. I didn't forget, for those that didn't think I would do it. Anyway, that's going to conclude another episode of Day in the Life of a Jobbing Plumber, even though it's not been a full day. It's been 2 different days, but 2 different jobs. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing if you haven't done already, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you as always very much for watching. It is massively appreciated. I don't think you realise how appreciated it is. See you next time.